Hey guys, it's Paul Wilson here. I'm attempting a live stream today, and hopefully this works out well. The last couple times I've tried to live stream, it's actually been unsuccessful. So we'll see if this works out. My hope is that it works out well, but if it doesn't work out, maybe I'll record something to cover this same topic as well. So, anyway. That being said, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at something that used to be in Adobe Captivate, and that was the Jeopardy game. You used to be able to use that with Adobe Captivate 2017, with Adobe Captivate 9, and I think earlier as well. Some of you noticed that when you updated to the latest version of Adobe Captivate 2019, a lot of these legacy interactions that we used to have access to suddenly went away. And I've spoken with Adobe about this, and a couple of reasons for this is first of all, popularity. Some of them were not very popular, they weren't used that often, and there was no sense in supporting a part of a product that very seldom was being used. The other thing, too, of course, in the case of Jeopardy, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't have the license to use Jeopardy's game. That's owned by, I believe it's Sony Picture Studios, Merv Griffin, someone like that. But now that property, if you will, is in the care of an organization called the Game Agency. And what I'm going to do today is join. They have a weekly Jeopardy challenge, and I've signed up to be part of that. So I'm going to join in on that and see what that's all about. Looks like my mic's a little hot here. I'm just going to pull it away a little bit. Make sure that we're not getting too much feedback or distortion. And let's take a look at my screen here. So I should have something in my email that would allow me to, let's see here. Problem with having too many email accounts is that, there we go. Let's take a look. I'm going to join the event. Let me share my screen with you guys and we'll see. And I think I'll just lower these levels. It looks like my system audio. Let's bring the system audio right down and just make sure that's good there. Oh, I need to sign in apparently. Let's do that. And I think I'm using my Google account for that, but let's find out. There we go. So officially, this is going to start in about 5 minutes. So the idea is that I'm going to, I'll share this with you. Hopefully I'll win, but the most important part is I want to show you what their Jeopardy game is like. Now, one of the things that you can do with this game is that if you sign up for an account with the game agency, you'll have access to this and a bunch of other games that you can embed in your e-learning course. And of course, because they're using all the registered trademarks and have the license agreement with the original game makers, this stuff is all legit. So you can use the logo, you can use the music. I've been disconnected. I'm not sure. I think I'm still streaming live, but I'm going to go on the assumption that I am. So the game agency is simply thegameagency.com. If you visit their website, of course, you can see, the various solutions that are available to you. They have, of course, Jeopardy, as we've already mentioned. but there's also other games as well. So you can take a look, obviously the official Jeopardy for training games. Wheel of Fortune is there. Jump is kind of a neat game. I had an opportunity to play that. And the idea is that you use your keyboard and you can bounce from level to level and try to avoid the falling objects. And then throughout the game, you can add little knowledge checks, multiple choice type questions. Let me just close this chat here, and really get a sense of the learning that should be occurring. Like it's kind of a cool game. That's actually one of my favorites. They have a match game, a trivia game, different scenarios that they can build for you, the detective game. So if you're trying to gamify your e-learning, it's worth taking a look at this. Now, the game agency has recently been acquired by eLearning Brothers. So for those of you who've been using eLearning Brothers for a variety of different, things that you can add to your e-learning, you'll find there's a really good symmetry between the game agency and eLearning Brothers, because of course eLearning Brothers have been bringing us e-learning content to add to our e-learning for years and years and years. So really, really cool that they've got a big organization like eLearning Brothers behind them. So, but if we wanted to take a look at Jeopardy, we can play a demo game here and see what this is like while we wait for the live event that's coming up in just a few minutes here. Start this. This is going to be on 80s pop culture. We'll click OK. I'll put in my first name, my last name, my email address. And we'll go ahead and submit that. Okay, so let's do TV and movies for 200. And let's reveal the question. This 1986 film set in and around Chicago features the famous quote, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it." So that would be Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And then, of course, I get the feedback here. But, of course, these are just sample questions. The issue with this, of course, is this is just for fun. But, of course, in real life, what you're going to want to do is put in questions related to the training that you're doing there as well. Now, here's the cool thing about this. Once you've built your Jeopardy game or Wheel of Fortune game or Jump game or matching game, all you need is this URL up here. So I can copy that. This isn't a really great example of this, but let me show you how you would embed this into an e-learning project here. Obviously, you'd want to use your own Jeopardy game and not the demo that's set up there. But what you would do is you would add, of course, a blank slide, and using a web object, which you can see right here, we can embed this game because it is literally a URL that I can then paste into this window here. And your Jeopardy game will load. So I can just resize this to be the appropriate size for my slide. And you'll see that it adjusts the size appropriately, and this will work fine. So if I was to delete this, and if we preview this project in HTML5, everything should work as you would expect it to. There we go. We're playing Jeopardy inside of Adobe Captivate. So I'll just start a new game here with my same information as before. Okay, let's see here. All right, so let's choose TV movies for 200. Okay, so same question as before here. Let's get it wrong so we can see what that looks like. So you get a little feedback there, and of course we can go next, and then you get a little information about where in fact it actually was, or what movie it was for. So let's go done. We're losing 200 points, unfortunately. Let's try music for 200. And something about fighter planes. This American artist sang the iconic Danger Zone from the soundtrack of the 1986 movie Top Gun. I actually know this one. It's Kenny Loggins. Yes. Okay. Tell you what, let's go back over to the weekly challenge that the game agency does, and that they do this weekly Jeopardy learning and development professional meetup series. So I'm going to jump in on this, and I'll share my screen with all of you so you can see what's happening here. Let's join now. So I'm just going to put my first name, last name, ugh, can't type. And I'll cheat a little bit here. I know confirming email addresses to make sure I typed it right, but we'll go ahead and we'll jump in. And we'll open when that's done. And this is essentially a Zoom meeting in this case, but I encourage everyone, this is a lot of fun because of number one, it's, it's definitely an opportunity to, I'm going to join with video. Move this over to this screen here. So we're just waiting to be let in here. But I'm pretty excited by this because if you want to take your e-learning to the next level, I mean, certainly you'll see things that I do with advanced actions. Here we go. And answer any questions that you may have along with the game. So far, folks, I've got 13 people logged in. If you're having any problems, there's Jake to put the hyperlink one more time for some of our latecomers. If you're having any problems, please just put in the chat box right now. Hey, I can't get logged in. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here to help you. Folks, the way I like to play the game, I've got two windows open at the same time. I've got my Zoom window right here, which you can see each other and have a good time. Use the chat box as you wish. And then that separate window, the second window, is your web browser. That's where the game actually lives. Okay, that's how you're going to interact with the game. So do not put the answers or the responses in that chat box. That kind of ruins the game. Everybody can see those answers, just so you know. I'm not going to tell you how to play your game. If you want to put in the wrong answers, it's perfect. I'm not going to tell you to play a game. But the way you interact with the game is the actual web browser that you see in that other window. So split the windows, have a good time. That's where you interact. No answers here, Katie is reminding us. Thank you, Katie. In the meantime, folks, I ask you to go ahead and put yourself on mute. So we don't have a little bit of extra sound here that's playing for some other people. And I'll ask you to take yourself off mute as we're playing along. Thanks, Ambrose. As we're playing along, and that'll make more sense as we start playing. But so far, I've got 17 people, including some of the game agency folks here. Here's who I've got logged in. I'm going to read your names. If you don't hear your name, that means you're not logged in properly, and we need to help you out. I've got Allison and Jake and Mike and Madeline, Josh, Jennifer, Jay, Wilson, Ambrose, Andrea, Elena, Katie, Helen, and Nicole.
So if you feel like you've logged in, you're like, hey, what's up, Mark? This is the time for us to help you out. We give just a couple more seconds to go ahead and do so before I start up this game and start rocking and rolling here. While we're doing that, I want to tell you about the game agency. We are a training arcade. So we have an arcade bevy of games here that we are a game authoring tool where you're able to put your own content into these games, like the game that we're going to play today. One of exclusive IP rights for Jeopardy, so you can put your own content into a game to make it feel, smell, and taste like the Jeopardy game that you see on TV. Um,
I'm reconnecting to Zoom on my other screen there.
Just like you see on TV, so you can customize your game as so. Folks, these are the rules of the road. This is how the game is actually played. If you've seen it on TV, you already kind of knows how to play it, but because we're the game agency, we tricked it out just a bit. As soon as I start reading the clues, I'm going to give you the ability to respond to the clues. You can respond in either a multiple choice fashion, or there will be opportunity for text input fashion. That means you'll be able to type it in and click submit. Careful, because spelling counts. If you get it right, you get the points. If you get it wrong, you lose the points. If you don't know the proper response, you don't want to risk the points, you can leave it blank and not be docked the points for leaving it blank. However, that is a customizable feature that if you wanted to, if you're building your own game, and you wanted to dock people for not paying attention to checking their cell phone or something like that, you can dock them those points because they didn't respond. That's up to you. Bunch of little customizable features as I will be explaining as long as we go. But right now, let's get this game rocking and rolling. Let's see. Hey, Josh Mayleaf. Hey, buddy. I see you there. You're the first person that signed on with your camera, so I'm going to give you control of the board first. So go ahead and take yourself off mute and tell us where you want to start, bud.
Let's go Songs for the Family for 6.
Songs for the Family for 6. Here we go, folks. Hey, Josh. Here's a little visual clue that we have here, folks. We like to start each clue with a visual clue. This is customizable. You can put your own visual clue. It can be a picture or a video to engage the audience a little bit further. Here's our first clue for folks. Here we go. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the French Prince blank just don't understand. All right, folks, here are your multiple choice responses. Oh, forgive me, it's a text input response. Go ahead and type it in. You don't need the what is or the who is. You just need the proper answer itself. You should know if you're building your own game, you could have unlimited responses, permutations of what it could be. So if you had a clue and you needed more than one proper response because there's more than one right answer, you can put that in the back end. Spelling does count in this case here. So far, everybody has got wrong except one person because, I'm sorry, gotten it right. Forgive me. 12 people have got it right, 4 people have got it wrong. Proper response, folks, is parents. Parents just don't understand. In 1989, the song became the first ever winner of the Grammy Award for the Best Rap Performance. You should know, people, the person that gets it right the quickest will have control of the board, and that person this time is Elena. Hey, congratulations, Elena. You have control of the board. Where are we going next?
Let's stick with songs for 4.
Songs for 400. Here we go. Here's our little visual clue. Getting ourselves into the Christmas and holiday spirit here, folks. Here's our next clue. Elmo and Pasty blank got run over by a reindeer. Lots of people's favorites. Here we go. Is it uncle, grandma, sister, or auntie? Get it in there. That's Mike Janetta who got it in the quickest. Nice work, Mike. Got it in 0 seconds. Must have this cursor in the right place at the right time. Guys, you should know that in the very rare event there's a tie at the very end, we do have an algorithm. The person who answers the questions correctly, will get shot to the top of the leaderboard. That's how we rate those leagues. Folks, it's one of those Friday afternoons. This is mostly coffee. Here's the proper response here, folks. Proper response. Indeed, it's Elmo's leader released a follow-up song because Grandpa's going to sue the pants off of Santa. Must have a good lawyer. Hey, Mike Janetta, you have control of the board, buddy. Where are we going next?
Hey, if that's mostly coffee, what I'm serving is mostly beef.
Nice. Smells similar. Where are we going,
My
Mike?
question is, do you like dark meat or darker meat? But where's the beef for 6?
I think you know where it is. Ooh. Everybody knows who knows me knows I love my burgers, but this burger looks unappetizing. Here we go, folks. The Fleur Burger 5000 is a $5,000 burger with black truffles and foie gras. made with wagyu, a type of beef originally from this country. A bunch of words, it's hard to say. Is it France, Japan, New Zealand, or Argentina? Allison Perez got it right the quickest. Nice work, Allison. Wow. Everyone's getting this one right, except one person. Not going to out you, Katie. You got 20-second time limit, folks. That's also a customizable feature. It'll be 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, unlimited, however you want to build the game. Folks, the proper response is Japan. How about that? The burger came with a bottle of 1995 Chateau Petit, which sometimes sells for $5,000 on its own. How about that? Hey, Allison Perez, have you had one of these burgers?
I almost had some. Is it Wagyu beef? Is that the right way to say it?
Wagyu. Yeah. Who knows?
I almost had some last night, actually, but I
Get
haven't
it!
had a burger. Yeah.
Wow. Are you in Japan right now?
No, they sell them all over.
Okay.
So they grow like Wagyu beef in the United States as well, but like the actual stuff is grown in Japan. So
Well, I'm unappetized. But Allison, where are we going next?
Let's finish up songs for the family.
Let's finish up this category here. All right, these are for the category of the families that rock. Here we go, folks. Kansas, carry on wayward blank. Oh, heck yeah. Where are my rockers at? Here it is. Is it daughter, son, brother, or cousin? Paul Wilson is our resident rocker. Nice work, Paul. Madeline got it right too. Holy moly. Was that a lucky guess, Madeline?
No, I've heard this before.
Madeline, for a bunch of points that don't matter, will you sing the song for us before I reveal the answer?
No, because you called me Madison, Mark.
I can't believe I called you Madison. I'm sorry.
oh, she got you.
She did. You should know I know I like to give Madison a really hard time because I have pants that are older than her. Proper response, folks, is son. Carry on wayward, my son. Yes, this song is considered an unofficial theme of the long-running TV drama Supernatural. This 2020 series finale was entitled Carry On. And we will carry on here. Hey, Paul Wilson. Nice work, Paul. You have control of the board, buddy. Where are we going next?
Let's do cars for 600.
Cars, big money. Here we go. Here we go. This maker of Impreza says that 97% of its vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. All right, folks. Is it Toyota, Honda, Subaru, or Mazda? Yes. Ambrose got it right the quickest. Nice work, Ambrose. Elena got it right too. Jay, nice. Only 3 people got this wrong. 3 people not risking those points. No shame in that game. And the proper answer, folks, is indeed Subaru. Here's a little fun fact about Subaru. Subaru is the Japanese name for a group of stars known in English as the Seven Sisters. Hey, Ambrose, before I give you control of the board, buddy, I'm going to show everybody the leaderboard to make themselves either feel really good or really bad about themselves. Here we go. Here's our leaderboard, folks. Look at this. It's a tightweight tie here at the top here, folks. Plenty of game to play with a daily double out there still. Remember, sounds like speed is going to be the name of the game here to get you to the top. Hey, Ambrose, nice work, bud. Where are we going next?
Cars for 400.
Cars for 400. Here we go. All right. Here's another picture of a car that may help you with the clue. Does it help you with the clue, Jake?
It's definitely a car.
It's definitely a car.
Definitely does.
Jake puts these pictures in here. Sometimes they help and sometimes they don't. So be careful, folks.
It's the most fun and frustrating thing to go through stock photos. So.
Here it is. With a Latin name meaning I roll, this Swedish automaker began rolling out its cars in 1927. Here we go, folks. Is it Saab, Fiat, Audi, or Volvo? Yes, Jay Stevens got it right. So did Ambrose. Mike Janetta, nice work. Paul Wilson, all right. Lots of people getting these in right. 12 people got it right. 13 people got it wrong. 1 person not risking those points. Everyone's in. Proper response is Volvo, folks. Volvo, nice work. In 1959, Volvo's chief safety engineer invented the three-point seatbelt, which is said to have saved over 1 million lives. Oh, yes. Nice work, everybody. Oh, we're blowing up the chat box here. I want to take a look for a second. I'm gonna lie, I was just educated on lyrics. Hey, welcome, Allison. This is how we serve. Hey, Jay, nice work, buddy. Where are we going next?
Let's just finish off cars for 200.
Let's finish out this stubborn category. Here we go. This is, we're going way back for 200 points. Here we go. Chrysler, General Motors, and this are the big three automakers. All right, folks. Possible responses are: is it Ford, Chevy, Cadillac, or Dodge? Josh got it right. Elena got it right. Yes, indeed. Ooh, this is where we're separating some people here in the pack. Josh got it right in 0 seconds flat. Nice work, Josh. Are you a car aficionado, buddy, or?
No, the picture helped that time.
Yes, you were paying attention to the pick. Thank you, Jake. The proper response is Ford. Nice word. After Chrysler was bought by the Italian company in 2014, some started referring to Ford and GM as the big two. All right, Josh. Nice work. Nice paying attention, bud. You have control of the board. Where we go next?
I'm going to go the rest of the saying for 6.
Rest of the saying for 6. Here we go. Here's a well-dressed human. Let's find out what this is about. All dressed up. And this problem. All right, folks. Speed is going to be of the essence for this. This is out of time. No dance partner. Nowhere to go. Or no car to drive. All really horrible things. Paul, I will dance with you, buddy. It's not the right response. I feel bad for you. The proper response is nowhere to go. All dressed up and nowhere to go.
I saw the no and I just jumped on it.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta take it nice and easy. Here we go, back to the board. Before I give control of the board to Allison, let's see where we are on the leaderboard with only 4 more clues to go. Here we are, folks. Ooh, it's tight at the top right there. Remember, the top 3 winners, 50, 40, and 30 bucks. Come on, Ambrose, you're right. You're really close. There's a daily double to be played there. You're close. Allison, where are we going?
Rest of the same, 400.
All right, here we go. All right. This is when it was cool to be around people. Here's this one. Important people, movers, and these. Yes, this is Ambrose to a T. Ambrose is a mover and what, folks? Type it in there. Don't need the what are, who is. That's already there. Just type it in properly. 20 seconds to do so. Mike Janetta got it right. Paul got it right. Elena got it right. Jake got it right. We're missing a letter. For the, yeah. Movers, and shakers with an S. We needed that S, folks. The saying comes from a 19th century poem that begins with the famous line, "We are the music makers and we are the dreamers of dreams." Who knew that? Not me. Hey, Mike Janetta. Nice work, buddy. Mover and shaker you are. Where are we going next?
Shaker is also a restroom term. Where is the beef?
Where is the beef? Here we go. There's the daily double. Nice work, Mike Janetta. Good news to him and good news to everybody. Everybody gets to play as long as you have positive points. Take that little blue dot, put it to the dollar amount that you wish to wager, and click submit. As soon as you do so, I'm going to release the clue. 14 people got it in, so for the average wager is $2,250, folks. So it really is anyone's game. 2 more people. Give it a shot. I'm going to release that bar in 5, 4, 3, 2. Here's our visual clue for our daily double. Where's the beef? Ooh. Some people know where this is going. Copyright pending. Where's the beef? Hey, Clara Peller famously asked, "Where's the beef?" in TV ads for this old-fashioned hamburgers chain. this one. I can see it. Is it Sonic, White Castle, Whataburger, or Wendy's? Multiple choice. Get it in, folks. Where's the beef? Josh got it right, folks. Everyone's getting this right except one person who must not be American. Must not be American. This was big in America, this particular ad. Folks, the proper response is Wendy's. Wendy's. Hey, this is cool. Peller later starred in an ad for Prego. I didn't know this, which she looks for beef and sauce and declares, "I found it." I did not know that. Did anybody else? I say with my little, my New York Jew in front. I found it. Where's the spoon? Aha. Folks, that's Josh who got it right the quickest. Nice work, Josh. You got it. Where are we going next?
Rest of the saying.
Rest of the saying for 200. Here we go. Oh, yes. All right, we got lots of squirrels here in New York. You don't need to be a squirrel fan to know this one. Check this out. Very alert, bright-eyed, and this. Here we go, folks. Is it big-eared, sharp-toothed, bushy-tailed, or tight-lipped? Yes, that's Ambrose who got it right the quickest. Nice work, Ambrose. Everyone's getting this in right. Nice work. Only one person got it wrong. I'm not going to out you. Don't worry. But I can. I won't. Hey, folks, it's bushy-tailed. Nice work. The line with this saying originally referred to squirrels, and the word squirrel comes from Greek words meaning shadow tail by French author Honoré de Balzac, who once wrote, "I will make you an offer that no one would decline." My French is so good, you guys. Hey, Ambrose, you got it right the quickest. Where do you want to go next, buddy?
I want to go to Guatemala.
Let's pack our bags.
Kayak.com.
This was brought to you by kayak.com. Here we go, folks. This question's raw. Here we go. Everyone knows this one. Check it out. On the menu, beef or steak. This means it comes only one way. Raw. Here we go, folks. Last clue of the game. Is it tartare, sirloin, au jus, or stroganoff? Yes, everyone's got this in right. My food fans. Madeline, have you had meat like this before? Or you're too afraid. We've had this conversation about sushi. Have you had raw meat?
I tried sushi last night for the first time. Are you
And how
proud?
did it go?
I had 2 bites and said no more.
Oh, that's fair.
You know, I've not had any meat like this.
No, yeah, raw scares you, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're ashamed of that game. Folks, the proper response is tartare or tartare. The dish it got is named because it was originally served with tartar sauce. How about that? All right, folks, back to the board here. Here's where we are on the leaderboard after that first round of Jeopardy. Check it out. Ooh, tightway rice at the top here, folks. Looking good. Now, folks, you should know that for the interest of time, you could, if you were building your own game, you could do a double Jeopardy. But just for the interest of time, we're going to go straight to Final Jeopardy. Here's our Final Jeopardy category, folks. The solar system. How about that? So it's time to go big and stay home, folks. Take that little blue dot, put it to the dollar amount that you wish to wager. Click submit. Going to give you a couple seconds to do so. Almost everyone's in. The average wager, you should know, is $3,577. Jay is going all in. What's up, Jay? All right, Jay. No way to go. Here we go. Here's our visual clue for solar system, solidifying that it is a solar system. There's our visual clue. Doesn't help anybody. Here's our clue. Check it out, folks. Made up primarily of dust and ice, these of the planet Saturn are divided into 7 groups, A through G. Here we go, folks. Text input response time. Don't need the what is, who the who is. Type in the proper response you think is right. Spelling does count. Careful. So far, 7 people have gotten this right. 5 people have gotten it wrong. Wow. I have an upset here, folks. If this was an important game that your jobs were dependent on this, right? They were training you something. It's 9 people got this right and 8 people got this wrong. I would take time and explain to you that 9 people still have their jobs, 8 people are fired, and we'd make sure that everybody understood that the proper response is rings.
Oh my god. I had
What
no
a-
idea. That was a total guess.
Put a ring on it, Jay. Galileo first observed Saturn's rings in 1610. The less extensive ring systems around Jupiter, Uranus, God bless you, and Neptune were discovered until 1970 and 1980. So, folks, here's what's going to happen here. I'm going to reveal the leaderboard. Now, you should know it takes a second to refresh. So if you see your name at the bottom or at the top, don't do a touchdown dance. It will take a second to refresh, Allison. Here we go. Here it is. Take it easy. Take it easy. Not yet. Not yet. Boom! Wow! Look at that! I've never seen this close of a race here, folks. Look at that. Jay and Allison and Josh, congratulations. 50, 40, and $30 gift cards coming right to your inbox. If for some reason you gave us a junk email, please make sure you put your email in the chat box for Jen or Katie or Madeline to see to make sure that you get your gift card. So, folks, here we've got a couple more minutes to give to you. Here's where we like to answer any questions you may have about the game, how it's run, how it may work for you. So the floor is yours, folks. How can we help you, if we can at all?
This is just for me, Jay Stevens from Calgary here. I just thought it was a great example of how it can be utilized in our industry, which I call damage prevention. We struggle to get people engaged, so if we can use a tool like this to kind of reinforce key information and topics. So lots of fun. Thank you, everybody. That was amazing. That's great. And Mark, you're a top-notch host. That's pretty awesome.
Thanks, brother. I'll work on my French for next time. Just a Jew from New York. What do you want from me?
Well, I'm from Canada. I don't speak French. I speak Spanish. So.
Yeah, you should work on your
From Western
Japanese
Canada.
for next time as well.
Japanese. Elena, I should. Yeah. Do you speak Japanese? You
Yeah,
do.
well, I lived there like for 7 years, so I
Will you-
speak only not enough to have lived there for 7 years. I'm
Can
actually
you-
should be very embarrassed.
Then put us all to shame and pronounce the name of the beef that none of us
You guys
can
were all
pronounce.
really close. They just do like the soft vowels, so like it's wagyu.
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 Thank you. Yeah, look at that. See that? I'll remember that for next time.
You got a guy from Rochester giving you pronunciation. We just talk out of our nose. So.
It's true. Sometimes, Jake, when they
I'm
have...
also from New York.
Oh, where are you from, Elena? See, now we're just getting into it. Now, who cares about the business
The
stuff?
Albany area.
Albany area. Okay. Yeah, Jake is from Rochester. My wife is from Rochester. So we drive through that area sometimes. Buffalo. Jake is still there. Can't get out. Cool. Do we have any questions about the platform itself, or how it's run, or anything like this?
Or do you want to see the back end?
Ambrose has a question. I can show the back end in a second.
I really think you should give a prize for fourth place. I mean, come on, jeez.
I'm-
That's like,
I'm
I know
sorry,
yeah,
Ambrose, you're going out. I can't hear you. You were there a second. You're breaking
I'm going
up.
through a
I'm
tunnel.
sorry.
Going
Breaking
through a
up. Okay, put yourself on mute. You should all know that Ambrose and I met in Clown College in 1997. True story.
tunnel.
He is now. He still looks like that. Ambrose, seriously, put yourself on mute. Here's what's going to happen, folks.
Can you hear me scratching?
Oh my
Can you hear me scratching?
Put your hands where we can see them. Seriously, put yourself on mute, though. Folks, I'm going to share my screen. Thanks, buddy. I'm going to share my screen here so you can see what the back end looks like a little bit here, so you know how it's run. Here's what I see while we're playing. I'm going to end this session as such. And it's going to warn me if I need to end it, and I do so. Here's the game that we played. We go into instructor mode here first. What we do, we find the game itself. That's the game that we just played, and I'm going to start a new session. You should see here, right in here, this is, you can toggle either virtual or in person. In person just means if you are doing a game in person, this is how you would run it. You should know that this game is so intuitive, the Jeopardy, is that we can do it virtually, we can do it live, or we can do a combination hybrid live and virtual. So what I do now is I just do a little name the session. Then yellow, there's nothing else to do here but initialize the game itself. There it is. Here's a little wireframe of where the game lives. Folks, right here under the game URL, I hover over this little widget here. It says copy. That's how I copy the URL that I shared with you all at the beginning of the game. And then I put it in the chat box. And what I'm going to do here, folks, if I can have a couple TGA folks log in so we can give a little demo of what this would look like, that would be awesome. What I can do is scroll down now, and what you see is once we start playing the game, how many people get it right, how many people get it wrong, how many people have not responded, and how many people total are logged in completely. So as I can scroll down here, I see Jake is logged in. Thanks, bud. We'll just give it a little demo here, starting with Jake. I'm going to start the game. I don't want to end the game. I want to start the game. Here in the little wireframe is what is shown in the web browser itself when you guys are playing. Before it comes to life, just like what you see. You see a little blue dot, blue widget here. I can mute the audio if I want to the web browser. So if I'm in a meeting and I want to, people find the music distracting, which we don't usually find, you can mute it. So once we start playing the game, it's as easy as this, folks. I just hover over the one that people request. I click it. Here is a preview of the clue. You guys saw the visual clue. If there's a visual clue, that's what you'll see. And then I get a preview of what the clue is. This way I can tip it off if it shows to be fun. See that little blue dot? I'm going to show the clue, folks. I want you to watch what happens to that blue dot when I click it. It turns light blue. That means I can't double click it by accident while I'm reading this. It really is that user friendly. Cannot screw this up. As soon as I read it, it turns dark blue. That's an auto follow. You cannot screw that up. I click it, cannot screw it up. Right? Can't click it, can't click it, can't click it. 20-second time limit happens. I read it. I go ahead, I scroll down, I can see Jake got it right in real time in how many seconds. Right? If I see everybody's answered the clue, or if the time limit itself is gone, I can then show the correct response. Again, I cannot screw that up, cannot double click it until I can, and then we're back to the board. Now, at any time in the game, I could show the leaderboard. I hover over this, just like so. That shows us the leaderboard where we are. I then go ahead, dismiss the leaderboard, just like so. And then away we go. That's essentially the way the game is played. Here's a little feature that we love to demo also. Now, say you're in a business meeting and for some reason the game is going way too long. You're like, man, we need to just get to the end. We've got a skip to final Jeopardy widget right here, button that we click. It warns you, are you sure you want to skip to final Jeopardy? In case you clicked it by accident, you would click yes or cancel, depending upon where you're at. And folks, that's essentially how easy it is to lead this game. As I alluded to, I'm not a tech person. I'm just handsome, and even I can lead this game. There we are. Do we have any? Thanks, Ambrose. Do we have any other? Do we have any other questions about the back end as I have it queued up here that I can show you all?
I can say too, the hardest part of any of this is just creating the content and putting it to the game. Once you have it, it's copy and paste up and can take minutes to build one of these games as long as you have the content lined up. So
Let's show everybody what that means here, Jake. I'm going to end this session, and I'm going to edit it. And here's what Jake means. I'm just going to edit that game. Here's our game. Here's our title and everything else. Here's our clues. And you see Double Jeopardy, or you see Jeopardy. Double Jeopardy is turned off. If that was turned on, you'd be able to build a Double Jeopardy. I'm going to open Double Jeopardy, and here are our categories. And as you can see, all you do is click on it and type it in. You drop in a picture, you drop in the clue. Here are our choices. You can type that in nice and easy. You toggle the one that's right. If you want something that the feedback, you just type it in. You can just like a Google document. You have also something called advanced feedback. That if you want to give extra information about that clue, you can add an extra button that would then bring you to another piece of information to read to your group of people. That's turned off right now. So that's it. That's really, as Jake was saying, the hardest part is writing the clue. Going, what is the clue going to be itself? The actual application of putting the clues and the answers and everything else is really just about dragging and dropping stop sharing the screen now here.
Sure. I got a quick question for you.
Yeah, bud. Go ahead.
Is when it comes to reporting and analytics. So let's say, for example, you held this meeting for a client, a private company, and they want to know some deeper analytics. Like, so obviously they know who attended. But is there like a report that could be exported or something?
You bet. Can I get a heck yes?
Heck yes. Like
Let
in
me-
terms of like question accuracy and stuff like that, Jay, or
Yeah, just for like if I were to design it less about say trivia and more about something like law related, like a specific law in a specific state, could there be data? I see there's a bunch of stuff here. So you could mine this data to redo questions in the future or give the client feedback on where they need to focus some of their efforts.
exactly. And this is exactly what Mark is showing you. This can all be exported. You get all these analytics and time per question on average, per player, per session, etc. The other thing too is all of these games are available in single player. So even if say you ran this as a training session like we just did now, and then you want to pass it off as a single player game to everyone, say, hey, you all got 60% on this quiz, this isn't good enough, study up, here's the single player game, try it again, and then you can see the improvement in knowledge from session to session.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Jake, for that. Yeah, I actually built a small version of this yesterday and uploaded it to our LMS. It worked great. So I'd be curious. So in that single session instance, this is where you push them back to the training platform to take more. I got you. Okay.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Thank you.
You got it.
Awesome. These are the best questions we've had on a Friday afternoon game in a long time. Usually it's like, it's Friday, folks, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Want to go?
Motivated to get to a patio, Mark. Although there's snow outside, it's likely not happening today.
Oh, no.
Jay, are you in Eastern or Western Canada?
Western Canada, so I'm in Calgary.
Oh, got you.
Oh, nice.
Ambrose is showing off now. Where are you now, Ambrose? Ambrose is on a road trip. Where are you, buddy?
Southern California.
Yeah,
Still
I'm a
no
bit
snow here.
jealous.
I'll take it.
Oh, and my last question is, I really think there should be a prize.
Well, that's all the time we have for today here, folks. Thanks for showing up. Again, really, if you guys want any further more demos or anything like that, feel free to, any more further questions, feel free to reach out to Jen, Madeline, Jake. You can reach out to me. I won't have any answers because I don't know. Hey, folks, this is a weekly game. If you had fun, feel free to come back next week. You have a chance to win again if you didn't win. Have an amazing weekend. Thanks everyone for coming. Okay. Cheers out.
You will.
Take myself off mute here. That was pretty cool. I have to say that was kind of fun to participate in an activity like that. And of course, that is the point of gamification, is to try and get your learners more engaged in the content, and if they can have a little fun while learning, all the more better, of course. All the more better? That's not grammatically correct. But the idea there, of course, is that if you can embed these games into your Captivate sessions, and you can set them up as basically single player games, which is what they were mentioning at the end there. You can, of course, have all this material there, and they can enjoy themselves and have fun learning the knowledge and skills that obviously they're going to need, to learn what they need to know. So pretty exciting stuff. I think I'll probably do a follow-up video where we can maybe see some real-life examples, but I think I'll call it for today. I think that's a good first taste at what the game agency can do. I know there was a couple of problems. I was able to troubleshoot a couple of problems related to my my bit rate for this particular live stream. So maybe I've got that problem solved. We'll see. Hopefully this will be good for everybody. So it seems to have continued recording. So we should have a nice long video today instead of a whole bunch of little clips of videos. So we'll try this again. I won't give up on live streams yet, But for right now, I'll thank you. And of course, hope everyone has a great weekend. Talk to you soon.